why to have everyone in your business, every team member, including yourself, read this book, EOS. What the heck is EOS? And then also how to actually get started building systems within your business. So EOS, if you haven't heard of it, is one of the best systems for building systems in your business, especially if you're in any service-based niche. So everybody on your team should be reading these books. We actually just ordered 10 of them for our office, for all of our current internal team members to read by our next week's meeting. And I've been following Traction for a long time. Traction is the book where the EOS system was created, which every business owner must read. If you've ever heard of the book, The E-Myth Revisited, if you haven't read that, you need to read The E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber. The E-Myth Revisited shows you, that most people who run businesses actually aren't business owners. Rather, they are technicians that are suffering from what Michael Gerber, the author, says, a entrepreneurial seizure. Meaning most people get into business because they're frustrated of either working for someone else or they think they can do something better than their current employer, whatever. So they start their own business out of being a technician, being a technical expert in something, but they never learn how to build the systems that are necessary in their company to actually replicate themselves, their talents, their knowledge, and their abilities. Now, if you want to be a solopreneur your whole life and be responsible for every facet of your business, then don't read Traction. Don't read What the Heck is EOS, and just keep doing what you're doing, because this is designed for people, businesses that have reached that $1.5 to $2 million mark and are hitting a growth ceiling. In Strategic Coach, they call this a ceiling of complexity, where you can only do so much based on effort, right? And eventually you need systems and replicability to reach the next level. And that's what EOS, the Entrepreneurial Operating System from Traction, helps you do. So the E-Myth Revisited sells you on the concept of, creating systems within your business so that you don't have to be the decision maker for everything in your business. The EOS system from Traction actually takes that a step further and shows you how to build systems in your business. So the 5 pain points that Traction or the EOS system attempts to solve is: 1, to give you more control in your business so that you're running your business versus your business running you. Number 2 is to create full alignment with the people on your team. Number 3 is to garner more profits, by creating more scalability and systems in your company. Number 4 is to surpass growth ceilings, right? To surpass your belief system as to where your company's kind of flatlining. And then number 5 is to give you clear strategies and tactics versus just concepts on how to build these systems in your company. So they break this down into 6 segments in which you need to form clarity in your company. Number 1 is in your vision, which is developing and communicating a strong vision. Number 2 is people. The number 1 takeaway there is, how do you know whether you have the right people? And then how do you also know whether they're in the right seat in your company? So for example, on this one, you can have the right person in the wrong seat, meaning right cultural fit. They're skilled in some areas, but they're doing the wrong job. So they need to be pivoted. You can have the wrong person in the right seat, which is the wrong person, meaning they drag down the whole team, but they're good at their job. Okay. And then you can have the wrong person in the wrong seat, which is someone who, sucks at their job and drags the team down. So they need to be eliminated quickly. Number 3 is data. So important, makes decision-making so much faster when you know what your KPIs are, when you know what your key performance indicators are. What numbers are you looking for with your marketing, with your profits, with your sales, with your sales projections? Prefabricating that pre-constructing the data you're looking for allows you to make quicker decisions on an annual basis. So it helps you do that. Number four, is the issues component. It's creating an open environment where you have a weekly meeting where we do this every Tuesday. We go through all of the issues we're experiencing in our company openly, and we each help each other solve them. And it helps create what we call a solution-oriented environment so that issues aren't just in the back of people's minds. Instead, we have a scheduled time every week to go, hey, this is a repetitive problem. This is happening here. We need to solve this permanently. Number five is your process, right? Systemizing your way of doing business. So what they say in Traction, in EOS, is to just put your company name and then the word way after it. So for example, our company's name is the SMB Team Way. And then you create a book that's titled that, the SMB Team Way. And you actually document step-by-step processes on how you do things so that you can actually put trust in your team members. And then number six, the last one, is traction, which is where you're bringing your vision to life. So what you're doing is you're taking all these goals, all the five above sections that I went through, and you're actually creating quarterly rocks out of that. So quarterly objectives, communicating that to your team, and then every week checking in on those objectives. So not everyone in your company needs to read the core book, Traction. Traction, the book itself, is the most thorough book in the series, in my opinion. Not everyone on your team needs to read that. They just need to read what the heck is EOS. And honestly, if you're a busy business owner, read this book over a weekend so that you can actually conceptually understand what is the entrepreneurial operating system before you read the book Traction. This is hands down been the best decision we've ever made in our business, is following the Traction ideology and not ideology, but the Traction method to building systems in our company. So I highly recommend it to business owners who feel like they're reaching a ceiling in their business and or are in need of more systems so they can put more trust in their team, more trust in their processes, so they can make more profits, have less complexity, and surpass growth ceilings that they're experiencing. So buy this book for everyone on your team now.